Quick interlude here, guys. I just want to say thank you real quick to Fidea and to Solo Marvel Champion. Please, guys, let me know if I mispronounce your names. I would like to be corrected in the comments. Just let me know, and I will be sure to correct the pronunciation in future videos. They pointed out to me that in the MODOK scenario, I would have lost the campaign at about minute 44, if I'm remembering correctly. And that's because of a misinterpretation on my part of what the main scheme says. It has a forced interrupt of when the stage would be completed that I put one random set-aside adaptoid environment into play instead. Then if there are no set-aside adaptoid environments, the players lose the game, which means that after that last adaptoid environment comes into play, I would have lost, instead of allowing the 4 to come in and then continuing one more round. So, for this video, the Citizen 5 video, it really doesn't have that much of an impact, but I did want to point it out. I'm also going to have an intro to the beginning of the next video, so stay tuned for that. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Earth Twister here, and today we're continuing our playthrough of taking Nick Fury up against the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. campaign in expert mode. And now we are taking on the Thunderbolts scenario. So first thing that we need to do is choose one of these 6 encounter sets, and I've got their minions out here to represent each encounter set, and decide which 2 we are going to include in this scenario. So to do that, I've decided to pull up a random die roller for us online, and we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to flip over there real quick, and we'll get it rolling. All right, so our first little roll here is 6, so that's Batroc. Roll again, and we get 1, so that's Moonstone. So we get Moonstone and Batroc. So we'll go ahead and remove the other 4 from the field, and we'll get going. So Batroc and Moonstone with theirs, I guess Batroc, even though we've taken him down as a villain already, is deciding that he wants to come back in, and he's got a bone to pick with us. So we're going to grab Moonstone. I think that's it right there. Yep, gravitational pull. And we shuffle these 2 encounter sets into the encounter deck. And then we will get everything set up, and I will cut to when we are set up. Although one important thing to mention real quick is I did remove 2 copies of Prism Dust from our deck, and I did add in a couple of copies here of Espionage, just in case we have some Surge things coming in. Maybe we can use those to our benefit and draw 2 cards instead of having the cards Surge on us. So, here we go. All right, I've got just about everything set up. There are a couple of things left that we need to do, and that is get our tokens set up here with these. So there's 0 on the Chief Medical Officer, 2 on the Tactical, and 1 there on the Chief Surveillance Officer. Now, if you want to go ahead and read the comic, feel free to pause the video here, and I will continue finishing everything with setup, and we're moving on. So, next thing we got to do is reveal which minion is engaged with us, Moonstone, and then which one is attached to Justice like Lightning. Both of these get a tough status card, and then we flip this over. So potentially these may switch out, but for a while it may just be Moonstone sitting engaged with us. Let's go ahead and draw our first hand size of 6. We get Field Agent, Fury's Flying Car, Covert Surveillance, Gemma Simmons, Practice Plan, and Quake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will go ahead and mulligan those 2 and Covert Surveillance. Let's make sure we get the threat placed here that's supposed to be. We've done all the setup. That comes in with 1 threat. So that's 3. I guess we'll do Field Agent also. So it's 4 that we're mulliganing. Target acquired, Maria Hill. Under surveillance, and target acquired. Okay. So first move here, I think, is we use a target acquired to pay for Gemma Simmons. She can help us get tech stuff down, which will generate 1 and a target acquired. Or a... Yeah, we'll generate 1 and a under surveillance to pay for Fury's Flying Car because it is tech traded. Then I guess we'll go ahead and use Maria Hill to pay for target acquired. Now, one thing I did forget to do, which we'll go ahead and do now, is we'll add a token here to heal myself up to 6. Now, my health was at 2 from the last scenario, and Citizen 5 is at 16 health. He does each Thunderbolt minion gains guard, so we cannot attack Citizen 5 until all Thunderbolt minions are removed from play. Or removed from engaging me. So not removed from play, but just removed from engaging me. I'm going to go ahead and switch to stealth suit form here and flip up to Nick Fury. Nick Fury then will thwart for 3 or thwart for 2 and put 1 on my stealth suit form. Then he's going to ready. Nah, we'll just chill for this time. We'll draw up to 5 and start the villain phase. So 1 threat goes there. When Citizen 5 would activate against you on step 2 of the villain phase, if I'm engaged with a Thunderbolt minion, which I am, Citizen 5 does not activate and heals 6 damage instead. So he doesn't have any damage to heal, so he doesn't do anything. Moonstone will attack, or will scheme, because I'm in stealth suit form, for 2 plus a boost. So just 2 because it's assault. And she'll put 1 there and 1 on my suit form upgrade. Then we get an encounter card, and it is coup de feu, whatever that means. When a minion engages a player, that player discards the top X cards of their deck, where X is the number of boost icons on that minion. Place 1 threat here for each printed energy resource discarded this way. Okay. So that comes in with 5 threat. All right. Things are not super ideal. I do not have any tech. I have a counter intelligence and a super spies. That'll be fine. So we're gonna use strength to pay for counterintelligence. That'll be helpful. Then I can do super spies as a resource to pay for field agent. Get that down for the future. Comes in with 3 backup counters. And of course, he's mainly in the deck for Maria Hill. And then I can use global logistics to exhaust a shield card I control and look at the top 5 cards of a player deck or the encounter deck. That's not going to be super helpful right now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll thwart 2 from here, bringing it down to 3. Then I do get 1 on my suit form upgrade. I will choose to ready and then thwart 2 more, bringing that down to 1 and getting 1 back on my suit form upgrade. I'll go ahead and use global logistics and exhaust Gemma Simmons for that. I'm going to look at the top 4 cards of the encounter deck. So this is going to be our boost. This will be our encounter card, the next boost, and then the next encounter card. So I don't want Citizen 5 Sword. I just feel like that's going to be a bad thing to have. Yeah, that's going to be a bad thing to have. And then, you know what? Let's see. This is a 2 threat. Yeah, we can do this. So this can be the boost because we can cancel it. And then that can be the encounter. That works. Okay. Then we'll ready and draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we got Fury's Watch and the EM Shield there. Okay, so the threat goes up by 2 because that does have a acceleration token on it. And then Moonstone will scheme for 2, 3, and we cancel the boost here. After a boost card is turned face up, discard target acquired and cancel that card's boost ability. So we don't discard a card from our hand, so she schemes for 3. We'll go ahead and prevent. No, we'll let 2 go on. So it goes up to 6. And I take 1 on my suit form upgrade. Okay. Then we get an encounter card, which is the Coming Storm. It comes in with 2 threat. Says when revealed, each player engages each minion engaged with the player clockwise from them. So there's no other players in this game. I don't think anything happens as far as that's concerned. All right. Gemma Simmons is going to generate a resource for Fury's Watch because it is tech traded. Then Fury's Watch will generate 2 resources here for the EM shield. I will go ahead and thwart 2 from the coming storm and get 1 on my suit form upgrade. Then practice plan will come into play. And then I will ready and thwart 2 from apprehending rogue agent, bringing that down to 4. And then concentrated fire will be a resource to pay for covert surveillance. So I remove 2 threat from a scheme, and then if I'm in stealth suit form, I can place that on my suit form upgrade. Otherwise, I may change to stealth suit form. That defeats both of those side schemes. All right, so I'm getting things together. Ready and draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Threat goes up by 1 this time. So we're at 5. Moonstone schemes for 2, 3. She puts 2 on the scheme and 1 on my suit form upgrade. Then we get an encounter card, which is psychological manipulation. Deal X damage to the friendly character with the fewest remaining hit points, where X is equal to my hero's attack. I will use EM shield to prevent all of that damage. When I would take any amount of damage for, oh, that's from an attack. That's not an attack. So I do take 2 damage here. Dang it. Okay. That's unfortunate. All right. So I can generate 2 resources and get Nick Fury down. And then maybe I can do espionage or fits. Or I could not do Nick Fury. Oh, I could, yeah. 2 resources and then 2 resources to pay for Nick Fury, who will then give me 2 resources because it'll be 2 cards here. And then it's Heroic Intuition and Under Surveillance, both probably more helpful than the ones that are in my hand. Because this is an alter ego action, and then this is Surge Prevention. And I've already generated my resources there. I'll go ahead and do 2 here for Heroic Intuition on Nick Fury. And then Espionage will just have to wait. Nick Fury will thwart for 3 now off of the main, bringing it down to 4. And Senior will thwart 2 off of the main, bringing it down to 2. I will ready and thwart for 3, nullifying all of it. And I think we're going to ready and draw 2, 3, 4, 5. So it goes up by 1. Moonstone schemes for 2, 3, 4. She gets to put 3 here, and I get 1 on my scheme. Then we get an encounter card. Innocent Bystanders. An obligation. Comes in with 4 bystander counters. And then anytime somebody attacks anyone, then we can either add threat or use a resource. All right. Do I get a bunch of preparations down? Nick Fury Sr. leaves play. Um, I will for sure thwart 3 and get 1 on my suit form upgrade. Then I will ready. I don't have a good way to flip back into stealth suit form, but I could flip. I could prevent all the damage. Yeah. I will go ahead and swing for 2 at Moonstone. Removes her tough. And then I will spend a resource to just get rid of one of those. After you attack an enemy or an enemy attacks you, either spend a resource or any type or place 1 threat on the main scheme. So I don't want threat to go up unless I'm ready for it to. This does mean that Batroc will engage me. That's okay. Then Fury's Watch will generate 2 resources. And Intelligence will generate another for Spray Fire. Choose a player, deal 3 damage to the villain and each minion engaged with that player. This attack gains ranged. So I don't think Citizen 5 takes any damage. I'm not sure. But Moonstone will take 3, 4, 5 damage. So she takes 5. That's Spray Fire. Then to help with any sort of surges that are coming up, we'll use Spray Fire as a resource to pay for espionage. Then I'm going to flip. They'll stay up. Counterintelligence could save us. So I will flip down now. Then I can heal for 4 on my next turn, and I'll switch to stealth suit form now. That was another attack, so we do unfortunately get 2 threat put there. Okay. We'll ready and drop to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Threat goes up by 1. Moonstone schemes for 2, 3, 4. I think we can. That's 8. Let's go ahead and just prevent 3 of that threat. So that prevents 3. And we'll go ahead and just make it go up to 5 instead. Yeah. When any amount of threat will be placed on the main scheme, discard counterintelligence, prevent 3 of that threat. Okay, I don't think I want to trigger practice plan. I want to save that for something else. Oh, do I have another practice plan in my hand? I don't. Okay. We'll save that. And then she schemed. We prevented threat. Now we get an encounter card, which is Rule Disguise. Each aerial character gets +1 attack. 3 threat there. Then Batroc, and Moonstone switch. She heals 2 and gets a tough, which she would have gotten a tough from activating. When Batroc engages you, discard a card from your hand. It doesn't say a random card, it just says discard a card. So I will discard Global Logistics. I think. We might keep Global Logistics. Nah, we won't. Okay. I'm going to heal for 4, taking me up to 8. Then I will use 2 resources, Genius, to pay for Secret Agent. Now anytime I trigger these, I get to remove threat. Then I will flip up. Currently have no way to ready. That's unfortunate, and I can't use Fury's Watch. So we'll use these as 2 resources to pay for breaking, entering, and remove 3 threat from a scheme. I'm in stealth 2 form. We'll drop to 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Threat goes up by 1. Batroc schemes for 1, 2. I prevent 1 here. He puts 1 on the main. Then we get 2 encounter cards because I forgot all about that. First one is an advance. So Batroc will scheme again for 1, just 1, and that gets prevented on my suit form. Then we get down but not out. Choose a random Thunderbolt minion from the victory display and reveal it. Place damage on that minion until it has 5 hit points remaining. Then remove this card from the game. If no minion entered play this way, this card gains Surge. We will prevent Surge. Draw 2 cards, which unfortunately means that we do get another encounter card anyways, with another Innocent Bystanders. Okay, but we do get back to the shuffle here. I shouldn't be exhausted. All right. We'll play Intelligence Analysis for sure, and use Energy to pay for Eye Patch Camera. I do get to remove a threat and put it on because I did trigger that preparation, so Secret Agent will do that for me. I'm going to use these 3 as resources to pay the Sky Destroyer, I guess. Yeah. Then I can use Fury's Watch for 2 resources to pay for the Chief Surveillance Officer and remove 2 threat from the main. Nick Fury can focus on removing threat from Rule the Skies and get a threat counter on his form. And then ready. And can attack 2, prevent all damage, and remove threat that way. That might be fun. I will attack for 2, removing Batroc's Tough status card. Then we trigger this, which means twice. So threat goes up by 4 here. And then we ready and draw up. I do switch to Assault Suit form. We dropped 5. Threat goes up by 1. Batroc will attack for 2, 3, 4. EM Shield will prevent all of that damage. We remove a threat. Practice Plan will return EM Shield to my hand and remove a threat to my suit form because of Secret Agent. Then we trigger this twice. And this goes up by 4 again. But when any amount of threat will be placed on the main scheme, discard Eye Patch Camera and place up to 3 of that threat on my suit form upgrade instead. So it just goes up to 5 instead of 8. Which we also get to remove another one because that was another preparation. So it goes down to 4, and I get another token there. That's insane. Okay, so that was his attack. Now we get an encounter card, which is an advance, which we will prevent with intelligence analysis, and that'll be that. All right. Genius is going to pay for EM Shield. She still has more damage on him than he does. I will then use 2 resources here. Pay for Spray Fire, which we will do 6 damage instead to Batroc. And then intelligence will pay for counterintelligence. Fury will attack for 2 on Batroc. Actually, we'll make it 3. And then we will ready and thwart for 3. And get to add 1 on my suit form upgrade for that. I will stay in. This actually triggers twice. I forgot. Which means that it goes up by 4. Could prevent, but I like to hold on to that card. All right. We will ready and draw. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That goes up by 1. Batroc will attack for 2, 3, 4, 5. EM shield will prevent all of that damage. And we get to put 1 on my suit form upgrade. Get an encounter card. Tap in. Engage the Thunderbolt minion with the least damage that is not engaged with you. That minion activates against you. If no minion activated this way, Citizen 5 activates against you. So Moonstone comes in. And activates. And then, okay, then yeah, Batroc would still go back there. So Moonstone comes in and activates for 2. Do I have anything? I don't. Think I'll defend for 2 this time. 2, 3, and then exhaust a character I control. I'm already exhausted, so there's nobody to exhaust. So she does 3 damage. I take 1. And Batroc goes back to the Thunderbolt's backup, and he heals 2 and gets a tough status card. That's fine. All right. Super Spies will be a resource to pay for espionage. Espionage will be a resource to pay for Field Agent, which will go ahead and do 2 damage to Moonstone. I will ready here and attack for 3 on Moonstone. Fury's Watch doesn't do anything because I didn't calculate that right. Dang it. I will stay up. Gets 3 counters. We'll draw 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could get rough. That goes up by 1. Moonstone attacks for 2 plus a boost. I'll take it. 2, 3, and discard a card from my hand. I take 3 damage, going down to 4. Discard a card. I will discard one Leo Fitz. Okay. And we get an encounter card. She does get a tough because she activated. Gravitational Pull, when revealed. Find Moonstone and reveal her. Moonstone activates against you. No enemy activated this way. This card gains surge. She's going to activate again. I will defend for 2. She'll attack for 2, 3, 4. I take 2 damage. All right. This is rough. So then I'm going to use intelligence to pay for counter surveillance, remove 2 threat from a scheme, and I'll switch to stealth form. Then spray fire will pay for counter surveillance, remove 2 threat from a scheme, and place both of them on my stealth suit form. Fury's car will ready me, and I'm going to flip down to alter ego and heal for 4, bringing me back up to 6. I'm going to take a quick break and be right back. Returned. I think I just did everything that I could with my hand. So let's go ahead and ready. And then we can draw up to our hand size. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6. Under surveillance could be really good here. And then threat goes up by 1. Moonstone schemes for 2, 3. Not bad. We'll let it go up by 4. Then we get an encounter card, Rumbling Thunder. 3. Okay. That's not bad. So for the first thing on my turn, I'm going to heal for 4, bringing me all the way back up to 10. Then I will flip up. And ready. Remove 3 threat from Rumbling Thunder and put 1 on my suit form upgrade. Then, let's see here. That removes that from play. I have a way to generate 2 resources there. I can generate 2 resources with this. So, boom, boom, and boom. Okay. Not much, but Quake is really helpful here. So we're going to do Strength to pay for Quake. Quake is shield, so she's going to trigger the Sky Destroyer, removing Moonstone's tough. Then we're going to generate 2 resources with Fury's Watch and pay for Breaking and Entering. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. And then we're going to use Concentrated Fire and Global Logistics to pay for Under Surveillance. Now that goes to 15 instead of just 11. Now she's at 6. She'll scheme with stealth, so then Quake will deal 2 damage, preventing her from, with her tough status. So we'll do this. Quake will attack for 2, and Field Agent will take the consequential off. She doesn't take consequential. So she takes 2 damage, bringing her up to 8. So then Fury will ready, Quake, Sky Destroyer, all these things will ready, and we'll draw up to 5, 4, 5. Okay. Threat goes up by 1. Moonstone schemes for 2, 3, 4. We will take 1 and allow it to go up by 3. She gets a tough. She schemes and she's a minion, so she's going to exhaust to deal 2 damage, removing her tough. Not the most helpful, but it's okay. Then we get an encounter card of Aim Interference. It's not a boost, so that's rough, but it's Insight 1. Then I can spend 3 physical resources to prevent any of them going up. So I can spend 1 physical resource to prevent this one going up. So we'll get a threat or a token there, and on the Chief Medical Officer. Now I need to be careful with those. And in fact, I can do this one probably. Okay, at the end of the phase, Betrock, and Moonstone will swap. She'll heal 2 and get a tough status card. So then when Batroc engages me, I discard a card from my hand. Which I guess we could just make it be under surveillance. Okay, that would have readied last turn. Don't have any shield cards here. Let's see. Fury will thwart for 3. Put 1 on a suit form upgrade. Then he'll ready and thwart for 3 more, clearing all the threat off the main. Generate 2 resources for counterintelligence. And then, oh, that's max 1 per player. We have to keep this in hand. So we won't generate 2 resources for that. In fact, we won't generate those 2 resources at all because there's no threat to remove. But what we can do is use practice plan there. And then these is 2 energy resources. There's no health to heal. We'll hold on to these cards then. And we'll draw up to 5. 3, 4, 5. There's Maria Hill. Ready. Threat will go up by 1. Batroc will scheme for 1, 2, and there's a boost there. Okay, so we'll prevent the boost with espionage, but we'll do that in a minute. So he's going to scheme for 1, 2. I take 1 on my suit form. He puts 1 here. She will trigger to remove his tough because he schemed. And espionage will trigger to stop the boost ability. So that's good for that. And then we get to draw 2 cards, decking us out and giving us an extra encounter card. But Secret Agent allows me to do that there. So that's not bad. Not bad at all. And then what do we get? Hopefully it's not a aim interference. So we get 2 encounter cards. One is Parcours de Combattant. Comes in with Surge. Should have practice planned. Each player engages each minion engaged with the player clockwise from them. So that doesn't do anything. It just surges. Into an aim interference, mental resources. I'll prevent 2 with Fury's Watch. And then we'll allow the Chief Surveillance Officer to go up. And it is Insight 1. Then we get Under Fire, which is Surge and reveal the top card of the deck. One of them is Caught Off Guard, and the other is another Surge. So with Caught Off Guard, we'll get rid of Gemma Simmons. And then we get a Surge here, and then an acceleration token, because now we have Jolt in play. Love it. Acceleration tokens are right here. All right. She has more damage still than him. No, he has more damage. So she comes back out. And he goes back in and heals 2. Well, that's no good. Okay. Come on. Actually, when the round ends, attached with the most damage here. Okay. So now I've got a big old nice hand of 7. I don't know why I canceled a boost. This is a surge. I think I may have played something wrong, but we'll pretend like it was right. Okay. I can't generate resources there. I desperately need to get in. Let's see, I could do 2, 3, 4 for Nick Fury Sr. He triggers Sky Destroyer, removing her tough and drawing me 2 cards. Then these 3 will be resources to pay for Maria Hill. Way too much stuff going on here. Quake is just sort of like our support right now. Maria Hill comes in. Nick Fury Sr. is in. I've used all of my resources. I think we try to do some attacking here. Or I'll exhaust my hero and place 1 parlay counter on Jolt. Then ready Nick Fury. And exhaust again to do another parlay counter. All right. Then Maria Hill will thwart 2 here, putting both of those there. And Field Agent will prevent her from taking a consequential. We'll move this other Field Agent here. Then Nick Fury will attack for 2, bringing her up to 8. And he will take a consequential. I think that's what we'll do for now. We're ready. Draw up to 5. Threat goes up by 1. Moonstone. I forgot to shuffle up earlier. The encounter deck. Moonstone's going to activate here. Threat goes up by another 1 because of the acceleration token. Moonstone will scheme for 2 plus a boost. 2, 3, and then exhaust a character I control. So I'm going to go ahead and exhaust Nick Fury. She's scheming for 3. She gets to add 2, and I get 1. Then because she schemed, she gets a tough status card. Quake will exhaust because she schemed to remove it. And then we get an Jolt scheming for 0, 1. I get it on my stealth suit form. Then that's the end of the round. So then Batroc switches out with Moonstone. Moonstone heals 2. And Batroc causes me to discard a card from my hand, which will be Practice Plan. All right. First move is I'm going to exhaust my hero and place a parlay counter on Jolt. If there are 3 or more parlay counters here, remove Jolt from the game. So Jolt just gets moved straight out of the game. We don't have to worry about her anymore. She's not defeated. So her when defeated does not trigger. I could spray fire. Or I could do some damage without attacking. Nick Fury does leave play. So 2 physical resources and 2 energy resources. That is what we have in hand, and we do have 2 mental resources here. So Maria Hill will fort 2. And we'll allow her to take a damage. She puts both of those on my suit form upgrade. These will be 2 energy resources to pay for the chief medical officer to heal Maria Hill. Then we have 2 physical resources to trigger the chief tactical officer to do 2 damage here to Batroc. Then Fury's flying car will ready me. And I will generate 2 mental resources to pay for the chief surveillance officer and remove 2 threat here. Now I'm at 4. Okay. We'll go ahead and draw up to 5. Threat goes up by 2. Forgot to ready everybody. Batroc will scheme for 1. Dang, 2, 3. So he gets to put 2 here. And I get 1 on my suit form upgrade. And then if the activating enemy has the aerial trait, give an additional boost card. He does not have the aerial trait, so that's fine. Then because he schemed, Quake is going to do 2 damage to him. That takes him up to 9. We get an encounter card. Innocent bystanders. I hate this one. Okay, we really got to get serious about doing damage. That is the one thing that I've noticed about Nick Fury. His damage is hard to come by. At least when you're trying to mitigate threat. Now, he has less... she does get a tough for being there. Batroc then switches out with Moonstone. And he heals 2. Alright, I've really got to do some damage here to somebody. Okay. I do not have a good way to do damage. Play Fits and do 2 damage to remove that. Let's see. Target acquired. We'll pay for Fits. Fits is shield traded, so that triggers Sky Destroyer, removing Moonstone's tough. Batroc has it. Then Fury will attack for 2. 3, 4, 5 on Moonstone. That takes her to 11. I'm going to generate... No. I will ready... That's fine. Yeah, I'll ready with Nick. Maria Hill will fort 2, putting both of those on the assault suit. And this field agent will leave play because he's used all of his uses to prevent her from taking damage. I do trigger this, which puts 2 threat here. Use 2 mental resources and then 2 resources. That's fine. So these are 2 mental resources to trigger the chief surveillance officer. Bring that down to 2. Although that was my way out of assault suit. Let's pull that back because that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah. So instead, I will attack for 4. bringing her to, what is that, 5, 11, 15. I'll attack for 5, which does defeat her. Finally, she gets defeated and goes to the victory display. So now, Citizen 5 can be attacked if I wanted to. But I don't. So I'm going to use Intelligence to pay for Covert Surveillance. I remove 2 threat here. And I add 2 threat because of the innocent bystanders. So this comes down to 2. And I get to go into stealth suit form. Then we will ready. I think we draw up to 5. Now, I may do this wrong, but we'll see at the end of it all. The threat goes up by 2, taking it up to 6. Citizen 5 schemes for 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go ahead and counter intelligence to prevent 3 of it. So he'll just scheme for 3. But only 2 goes on, and I get 1. Then because I triggered a preparation, 1 comes off. Practice plan will send it back to my hand, triggering another preparation, and another comes off. Then we get an encounter card. The villain attack. Okay, well, but he would, if he was going to attack, he would scheme. So 3, 4, 5. Putting it at 11. Fortunately, we do have counterintelligence, or under surveillance. All right, so first move is, I'm pretty sure Batroc comes into play. And when he does, I discard a card from my hand. I will discard intelligence. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. I will thwart for 3. Off. We can put 3 there. I get 1 on my suit form upgrade. Then, wish I had shield cards. I will use strength as 2 resources to pay for counterintelligence. And energy as 2 resources to pay for eye patch camera. Maria Hill will thwart 2. Put both of them on my stealth suit form. Field agent will take her consequential. Fury's flying car will ready me. Quake will attack for 2. Remove his tough. And we'll get field agent to take, well, no. She does get a consequential. He is at 7. I do 4. If I do 7 damage to him, she will be able to defeat him. So I'm going to go ahead and generate 2 resources to play concentrated fire. So I deal 4 damage to an enemy. We'll do 4 here. And then I can remove up to 3 threat here to do extra damage. So I will do 3 more extra damage. Puts him at 14. I did not defeat him, so I can't change back to stealth suit, which is unfortunate. but that means Batroc will attack me. Oh no, I did not think about that. This triggers and puts 2 threat here. Eye patch is a hero interrupt. That's a regular interrupt. I think I will flip down. And then Leo Fitz will just search my deck for tech. We'll bring the EM shield to my hand. And we'll shuffle. Switch to stealth suit form. Okay. Draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. Okay. Threat goes up by 2. That is at 10. Batroc schemes for 1, 2. Counterintelligence will prevent all of it. Because he schemed, Quake will deal 2 damage to him, which defeats him. He goes to the victory display. And that's not an attack. Perfect. Then we get an encounter card, which is Aim Interference. Insight 1. And then place a token on each one. That's fine. All right. Now it's my turn. I don't think there's any more tech that can be put into play. So Nick is going to go ahead and flip up. Fort for 3. Maria Hill forts for 2. Does not take the consequential. I do get another one because I forted Fury's Flying Car, readies me. I will fort 3 more, bringing that down to 3. Then 2 mentals for EM Shield. 2 energies to pay for the Chief Medical Officer to heal Quake. Intelligence Analysis. 2 mentals to pay for Chief Surveillance Officer to remove 2 threat there. Then Espionage is all that's left in my hand. And we'll hold on to it. Ready and draw. Two, 3, 4. Get an extra encounter card. Just fine because we're in stealth suit form and we have intelligence analysis out. Okay. So that is 4. We get 1 more card. Threat goes up by 2. Citizen 5 schemes for 3, 4, and we get that boost. So to prevent that threat from going up, Eye Patch Camera will trigger when any amount of threat would be placed on the main scheme. So he's going to scheme for 3, 4. Discard Eye Patch Camera. Place up to 3 of that threat on my suit form upgrade. So we place 3 threat from there. That is 3. He puts 1 here. That did trigger a preparation, so we put 1 there. Now the boost here triggers. So it's going to be an energy to prevent those going up. I don't have any energy resources in hand. So these go up. And then this one goes up to 3, which means that this flips. So the tactical officer's aid. Yeah, I think we just do that. We remove the tokens. He gets +1 attack. Love it. I don't actually. I hate it. Then we get encounter cards. Coup de Foudre comes in with 5. And then Master Plan gives it 4. All right. I do have a shield card. Alter Ego. Okay, so now we could take him out. Or work on taking him out. So first thing is I'm going to attack for 2, 3, 4, 5 on Citizen 5. So he goes from 16 down to 11. I trigger this, which means we add 2 threat to the main. Maria Hill will thwart 2 and put them both on my suit form upgrade. Field Agent prevents her from taking the consequential. Fury's flying car will ready me. This could be interesting. I'm ready. I am currently generate 2 mental resources. Chief Surveillance Officer to remove 2. And then 2 mental resources to do it again. Can't trigger the physical resources anymore. So I can just use the physical resources as resources. I'll swing for 2 again at Citizen 5, taking him down to 9. Then Espionage will be a resource to pay for covert surveillance. I remove 2 threat, and I get to change to stealth suit form. And Global Logistics is a shield card that allows me to look at the top 4 cards of the encounter deck, put them in any order I want. So that's 1 boost. That's 1 boost and a boost ability. That's 2 boost, and then that's 3 boost. So I definitely don't want this. I don't want this. I can cancel this, and then that's a boost. So those will work. Since Global Logistics was a shield card, Sky Destroyer will do 2 damage now to Citizen 5. I forgot that I have the EM shield, so I wouldn't be taking any damage, but that's okay. Dropped 5, 3, 4, 5. I think we got the kill this next turn. Threat goes up by 3. Citizen 5 will attack, or will scheme for 3, and then 4. So he gets to put 3 there. I get 1. Then our encounter card is this, which we will do intelligence analysis. When you reveal treachery, discard intelligence analysis and remove the threat from my suit form upgrade. Cancel the effects of that treachery and discard it. So that's all of the effects. Secret Agent allows me to remove a threat from this scheme and place it on my suit form upgrade. All right. Then we get an encounter card. Exhaustion. Surge and exhaust my identity into psychological manipulation. Deal X damage to the friendly character with the lowest remaining hit points, where X is equal to my hero's attack. That's Quake. Quake gets defeated. All right, that's fine, I guess. Um, 'cause I can definitely do 7 damage with this card alone. I just have to play it right. But it can be fun to do other things too. So, Fury's flying car will ready me. I'll go ahead and thwart for 3, taking this game down to 2. Then Maria Hill will thwart 2, putting both of them there. And she actually takes the consequential for once. I forgot to exhaust something last turn, so we'll do Leo Fitz from last turn and this turn. So Leo Fitz will make me look at the top 4 cards of the deck. True Advance will become a boost. And then we'll discard the other 3. That triggers Sky Destroyer, which does 2 damage to him. And then we will do 2 Genius, or Genius to pay for Concentrated Fire. I'm attacking, so I flip into Assault Suit form. I'll remove the 2 threat from my suit form upgrade to deal 6 damage to Citizen 5, defeating him, and finally defeating the Thunderbolts once and for all. That was insane, and if I made some mistakes, like some actual mistakes, maybe specifically surrounding the swapping in of these minions, let me know. I kind of read the rules a little bit, but I wasn't sure. I didn't want to stop and read in the middle of the game. Um, but I think that I played that right. That was kind of intense. Sky Destroyer actually came in pretty clutch, and I may have played cards a couple cards wrong, thinking that I was playing a different card than I was. But that that is Thunderbolts. That was difficult. That was rough. That was also kind of fun. It was kind of fun. I'd love to see, because I feel like there's gonna be some differences with this one in multiplayer. So I'd love to see this played in multiplayer or play it in multiplayer, um, just to see how it goes. So that is the end of that. Let's see what we do for victory. And then the next one will be redacted. All right, so you so-called Thunderbolts are nothing more than rebranded villains. Isn't that right, Baron Zemo? You're going away for a long time, Zemo. All right, so I'm going to let you read this, and then feel free to pause the video. Then we'll move on. All right. So it looks like the next scenario is Baron Zemo. So to come back here and victory. Perfect. If there are any Thunderbolt minions in play, record each of their names in the campaign log. There are none. Record the number of secret counters on each board member card in the campaign log. I don't know. There's my pencil. So I think that we say that this one has 3 and then 0 and 2. And if at least one board member environment in play has no secret counters on it, gain the top evidence card from the shield envelope and cross out each combination of means, motive, and opportunity in campaign log. Okay. So we get to go into our fancy little envelope here. Get the top card, which appears to be ideology. So we remove all possible connections with ideology. All right. I wonder if we can make it some sort of accusation here. Just have to figure out where everything is. I'll look at it and see next time if we're prepared for what's going to happen. But that was Thunderbolts. Hope you guys enjoyed. And we'll see you guys in the next video when we take on Redacted, which I've already said his name like 3 times. So it's Baron Zemo. And we'll see you in the next one.